Oh shit. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'm pressing A to log in. Can I log in, please? Alright. Alright. Well, as you can tell with the DDLC in the corner, I'm obviously playing a game called DDLC. English. Espen. Okay, so this is obviously my first time playing it. So, this is obviously on the Switch because I couldn't set up my camera to fucking play the one on the computer, and plus this has the side story. So, yes, that's how lame I am. I actually bought the one on the Switch. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Oh, but they look so cute! Oh my god! Oh yeah, I don't have a game. Okay. Fuck. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, fuck. That's my name, just fuck. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl's Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep and more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! Ha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, fuck! Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I want to kind of change your voice. I guess you didn't have... Fuck. I'm trying to make her not sound like the most generic girl in the world, but she kind of is. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hey. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, fuck, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already... Oh, this is me. I told you already I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Did I? I'm sure it's possible that if I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Because you're a pussy. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Because you're a sub. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Because she's crazy and a schizo. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. On drugs. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out the classroom, but I saw you sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. I should just make her sound hella condescending. That'd be funny. You don't need to wait up for me if it's just going to make you late for your own club. To your own club. It's the same damn thing. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. There is no fucking way in my fucking mind, in my fucking name, I'm going to your fucking club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Well, I mean, you did say join a club. You didn't straight up say join your club. So, I mean, I'm joining a club. Why the fuck do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday bringing a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't fucking keep! I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. No, she's not fucking cunning. She's just really fucking stupid. No, I'm kidding. Or am I? I'll let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Well, how do you know there's cupcakes? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new fucking member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It is a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, fuck. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Fucking sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, and that turns me on, and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki. She's always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Everyone else is fucking stupid. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid because she stuffs her bra, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, fuck. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. Because I'm a generic anime MC. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, fuck. We made the room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, so I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. You see me being wet. Then how about I make some tea as well? I might change their voices, I don't know. The girls have... fuck, I'm doing Sayori's voice. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. Yuri doesn't, because she's a bitch.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. She's so good at getting icing on her face. I turned a cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite, because I'm so fucking pretentious. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really fucking good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said,
Well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole cheese set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
Fuck, I need to change their voices because they sound the same. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged in here by Sayori. Well, fuck, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really fucking happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We will make sure you feel right at home, okay? Hail Hitler! As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and fucking exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm fucking surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Ahaha. Well, To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't any more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all of the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But if it makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we can all really I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kind of things do you like to read? Well... Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Okay. Mangoes. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers.
My favorites usually involve novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Oh, that's me. I fucked a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I would not have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that.
But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror!
Oh, why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Get That Back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori slides up. Slide. I think they were trying to say slides, but they misspelled it. Unless that's an actual word. I think it is. Sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I just think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? You fucking bitch.
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri quizzically looked at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Fuck.
Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But I'm sorry, I thought. Fuck.
That goes in context, though. I mean, it's true. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Beautiful girls with big boobies in my screen. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join a literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Fuck, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Ehehe.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, fuck, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You guess. Okay. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. You know, it's funny with this part because inside of the case for this game is literally like just words like this. But it says broken, horror, email, cute, defeat, friends, together, fun. Just at the bottom it says broken horror. Like, oh my god. It's like hints of what's to come. Shame. Why did Sayori like that? Pink. I like pink. I like death. Oh my god! Suicide. I expected Sayori's bitch ass to jump at that. We all know why. Desire. Shopping. Insight. Secretive. Vanilla. Of course she would like that. Giggle. Climax. Poof. Yay! Poof poof. Marshmallow. And silly. And frightening. Disarray. Unending. Holiday. Childhood. Unrequited. Mouse. I'm trying to appeal to all of them. Lipstick. Fester. Okay, I'm pretty sure I appeal to Yuri a little bit more. I mean, I personally don't really care who I appeal to. Hi again, fuck.
Glad to see you didn't fucking run away on us.
Ha ha ha! Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the very last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, fuck. I hope this isn't too fucking overwhelming of a fucking commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into my literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here just to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Fuck always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. In more ways than one. I would know. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. That's why he's such a good fuck buddy. Like cooking, cleaning my room, fucking me while my dad's downstairs mulling over ways how to choke me.
How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is always so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Might be?
How come? You and Fuck can be good friends too. Good fuck buddies like us.
Sayori. Dot dot dot. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it was a big deal when it's really not.
Oh, this is her.
What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
You never do. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so keep it to your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading so much.
Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely fucking read this!
I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace.
I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like nobody wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature-related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I closed my eyes and ended up listening on Sayori's conversation with Monica.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though.
Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem with the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, We just need a way to showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds.
That doesn't solve the problem, though.
What do you mean?
Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds.
What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Fuck. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick?
What kind?
Well, I guess we could.
Cupcakes!
Ahaha! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that.
You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly.
That wasn't why you suggested it.
Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. ...
Cupcakes it is, then.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I found myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh my god! Wow! I opened my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. That is fucking weird. I nearly fall out of my chair.
Sorry.
Wait.
Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club.
Does our school have a napping club?
You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, You have to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud! I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It's true, though.
Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori.
It's what I do best.
That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day.
That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time?
It's a secret.
Knew it.
Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself.
How is it written all over me?
You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out. Your hair is sticking all around here. That's how her hair usually looks, though. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. I want you to be embarrassed.
Hey, you meanie.
And you don't even keep her blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
That's super mean.
Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Oh, like you can do any better? Fucking manga bitch. I started to button her blazer from the bottom. Yeah, of course she would like that. Once you see how much better it looks, she'll change her mind. Oh my god!
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things.
Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid.
It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this.
Aren't you? Oh, that's her.
Aren't you?
Fuck, I guess.
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Of course! Does this thing even fit you properly?
It did when I bought it. Back in middle school.
Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about?
It means my boobs got bigger again.
Don't say that out loud! Wait until we're in public to do that! Anyway, you look much better now, so... Why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer button up like that?
But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. You know you like it like that.
Phew! That's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
No, actually, I argue that if you come to America and keep it unbuttoned like all the way, you'll get tons of boyfriends. What kind of logic is that? The kind that I just explained to you, you fucking idiot. And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because it is.
Because if I had a boyfriend and then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on getting to bed earlier.
Fine. It's a deal.
I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? It's like you're dating already!
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning.
You're doing it again, Sayori.
Aw, but I was just joking that time.
Man, it's impossible as fuck to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone! Monica suddenly calls out, why don't we share the poems we wrote now?
Yay! Fuck, I can't wait to read yours.
Yeah, same. Fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. It'd be funny if you forgot. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I guess you. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair that I shared mine with her first. ... question mark?
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically...
Oh, it's him. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste?
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am.
Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Oh, that's him. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't it the point of poems is for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. And like my dad. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write a poem about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
Most of it didn't really rhyme, though. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I'll show it to you. Hi, fuck. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new in everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or new things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. She sounds like a fucking drill sergeant. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, fuck. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's just that sort of barrier we will all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. I wish we could see the poem that you wrote. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you would not expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I read your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Ah! I could be. Oh gosh. I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy could enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either.
especially with me.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It can take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the best, the most, whatever. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Aha! Ah. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I was not home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I cannot see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. Just like my dick. A hole in infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out of the vagina. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you want to call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. Ahaha! It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Was that the inspiration behind this one? Ah! Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Okay, I'm saving Sayori for last, obviously. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad.
No.
Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last to get replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. ... I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking of that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Are you into fucking ghosts, especially?
Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, fuck.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Alright, I guess I have no choice but to show it to her, since she's the only option.
Ooh! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! This is so good! Fuck! I love it! I had no idea you're such a good writer.
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because you have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a fuck poem. And that's what makes it extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it, and your fingers inside.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy that you just wrote one about fucking me. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Spiritually and physically.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See, it's like I said before, fuck. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't really deny that she's a part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still try my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? It just sounds like you.
Really?
Yeah, especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This is so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah. But next time I won't forget.
And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's brows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
Huh! If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And fuck did too, so fuck off. Based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And fuck liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that fuck appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know if he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Ooh! Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as fuck started showing up.
Natsuki?
Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, you guys!
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Fuck.
She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Fuck.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey the complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, fuck? You're asking somebody who reads fucking picture books.
Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Yeah, you damn sure you don't. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's why it's gonna be, help me Sayori, Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri, ... But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori?
Eh?
Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Fuck. Well, that's her problem. It isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. That's what you were doing to me!
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. BBW love. ...
Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper, oh, that's him. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that is kind of embarrassing of me. Ahaha. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well,
I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes is weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself get hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly. Fuck. How about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. So, your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job in praising those who I want to praise. And nod to myself with newfound determination.
Fuck. Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go.
Ah!
Sayori beams at me. It has truly been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier?
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I see them fighting like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I see why they make good friends with you.
Phew.
You know, fuck. It's nice that I get to spend some time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest.
That way we can gangbang each other later. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun.
Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. What? Do what? Fuck her? Is that what you mean? I mean, shit, she really looked at you like she really wanted to fuck you, so.